Welcome students once again into the class of number theory, and today we are going to start the chapter primitive roots and indices. So let us see what primitive roots are, what indices are, and we will have to start with the order of an element, order of a number modulo another natural number. So let a and m be positive integers such that GCD of a and m is 1, then h belonging to z plus, or that means you can say h is also a positive integer, h is said to be order of the element A, order of the element A modulo m, if h is the smallest positive integer such that a raised to the power h is congruent to 1 modulo m. If h is smallest positive integer satisfying this condition, then h is said to be order of a modulo m, and we also say that a belongs to exponent h modulo m. So we say that a belongs to exponent h modulo m, or we say that order of a modulo m is h if h is the smallest positive integer such that a raised to the power h is congruent to 1 modulo m, and here GCD of a and m must be 1. This is the required condition, and we denote it as order of a modulo m is equal to h. This is the notation for order of a modulo m. So with the definition, let us have some examples. Let us find order of some elements modulo some natural numbers. So let us find let us have this question. I am taking 2 or 3 parts. Find order of 2 modulo 5. Let us find. Another example I will take. Find order of 3 modulo 10. And let us have one more example. Find order of 4 modulo 8. So here we are having 3 questions. We will try to find order of these numbers, order of these natural numbers modulo the given integers. Let us start with the first one. Solution of the first one. Order of 2 modulo 5 means the smallest positive integer such that 2 raised to the power that number is congruent to 1 modulo 5. So let us start with 1. Let us check 2 raised to the power 1 is congruent to what modulo 5. And we know that 2 raised to the power 1 is 2 and 2 is congruent to 2 modulo 5. It is not congruent to 1. So that means 1 is not the order of 2 modulo m, modulo 5. Let us check the next integer 2. Now 2 raised to the power 2 is 4. And we know that 4 is less than 5. So 4 is congruent to itself modulo 5. So 2 raised to the power 2 is congruent to 4 modulo 5. Once again, 2 raised to the power 2 is not congruent to 1 modulo 5. That means this 2 is also not order of this 2 modulo 5. Let us move ahead. 2 raised to the power 3. And let us check which number it is congruent to modulo 5. 2 raised to the power 3 is 8, and 8 when divided by 5 will give you remainder 3. So that means 2 raised to the power 3 is congruent to 3 modulo 5. So that means it is once again not congruent to 1 modulo 5. So that means order of 2 once again is not equal to 3 modulo 5. Let us move ahead. 4. 2 raised to the power 4 congruent to what modulo 5? 2 raised to the power 4 is 16. And 16 when divided by 5 will give you remainder 1. So this 2 raised to the power 4 is congruent to 1 modulo 4. So 4 is the smallest integer such that 2 raised to the power 4 is congruent to 1 modulo 5, and it gives you that order of 2 modulo 5 is equal to 4. So order of 2 modulo 5 is equal to 4 because 4 is the smallest positive integer satisfying this condition. 2 raised to the power 4 congruent to 1 modulo 5. Let us move ahead on to the second example. Let us see what happens in the second one. Now we have to find the order of 3 modulo 10. The procedure is same. You start with 3 raised to the power 1 congruent to something modulo 10, and since 3 raised to power 1 is 3 less than 10, so it is congruent to itself. It is not congruent to 1, so 1 is not the order of 3 modulo 10. 3 power 2. 3 power 2 is 9. 9 is again less than 10, so it is congruent to itself. So that means it is once again not congruent to 1 modulo 10. So 2 is also not the order of 3 modulo 10. Move ahead. 3 raised to the power 3 modulo 10. 3 power 3 is 27. 27 when divided by 10 will give you remainder 7. So it is congruent to 7 modulo 10. Once again it is not congruent to 1. So that means 3 is also not the order of 3 modulo 10. Move ahead. 3 raised to the power 4 congruent to what modulo 10? 3 raised to the power 4 is 81. 81 when divided by 10 will give you remainder 1. So once again 4 is the smallest positive integer such that 3 raised to the power 4 is congruent to 1 modulo 10. That means order of 3 modulo 10 is also 4. Let us see the third example. Let us see what happens to the third example. Here we have to find the order of 4 modulo 8. So we will start with 4 power 1 congruent to what modulo 8, and clearly it is 4. So 1 is not the order. 4 raised to the power 2 congruent to what modulo 8? It is 0. 4 raised to power 3 is congruent to 0 modulo 8, and so on. Now 4 raised to the power n is congruent to 0 modulo 8 for every n greater than or equal to 2. That means 4 raised to the power n is never congruent to 1 modulo 8. So that means order of 4 modulo 8 cannot be defined. So it is not necessary that always order will be defined. Sometimes order may not be defined. Here is the example. Order of 4 modulo 8 cannot be defined. So these were some examples, and let us move on to some properties of this concept. The first one I am going to take, you can say as example, you can take it as a theorem, you can take it as a result. If A is congruent to B modulo M and order of A modulo M is H, then order of B modulo M is also equal to H. This is given to us, this is also given to us, and we have to show that order of B modulo M is H. That means we have to prove that h is the smallest positive integer such that b raised to the power h is congruent to 1 modulo m. First of all, order of a modulo m is given to be h. That means h is the smallest positive integer. H is the smallest positive integer such that a raised to the power h is congruent to 1 modulo m. That is given to us. Also, a raised to the power b. Also, a is congruent to b modulo m. And we know that if a is congruent to b modulo m, then every power of a is congruent to same power of b modulo m. So you raise both sides to the power h. So a power h is congruent to b power h modulo m. Now a power h is, you can say b power h is congruent to a power h and a power h is congruent to 1. And we know that the relation of congruence is transitive relation. So from these two we can conclude that b power h is congruent to 1 modulo m. We have proved that b power h is congruent to 1 modulo m. Now we have to show that h is smallest such positive integer. On the contrary, suppose there is k less than h which satisfies the same condition. Let k less than h be a positive integer, such that b raised to the power k is congruent to 1 modulo m. Once again use this. A raised to the power a is congruent to b modulo m, and raise this time both sides to the power k. Raised to the power k. A power k is congruent to b power k and b power k is congruent to 1. Using transitivity, a power k is congruent to 1 modulo m, and this is a contradiction. Why? Because h is the smallest positive integer such that this, and k is less than h, so a power k cannot be congruent to 1 modulo m. A positive integer smaller than h cannot be satisfying this condition. So we are arriving at a contradiction, and this is a contradiction because we have supposed that there is k less than h such that b raised to the power k is congruent to 1 modulo m, which is false now. So that means h is the smallest positive integer satisfying this condition, and if h is the smallest positive integer such that b raised to the power h is congruent to 1 modulo m, this means order of b modulo m is h, and that is what we wanted to show. So this is an important result which we will use later on in many theorems, in many results. And let us have one more theorem, one more result based on this order of an element. So let us have the statement first and then we will move on to the proof. So let us write the statement. If order of a modulo m is h and k is a positive integer, then a raised to the power k is congruent to 1 modulo m if and only if h divides k. This is given to us. And we have to show that this if and only if this. Since we are having here if and only if, that means the converse of the theorem is also required to be proved. So let us start with the direct part first and then we will move on to the converse. First suppose that h divides k. Let h divides k. This means there exists some integer h1 such that K is equal to H1. We are given order of A modulo M is H. We are given order of A modulo M is H. That means H is the smallest positive integer. H is the smallest positive integer such that A raised to the power H is congruent to 1 modulo M. And now raise both sides of this congruence equation to the power H1. So this means A power H1 is congruent to 1 power H1 modulo M. So this is A raised to the power H1, but H1 is equal to K. So A raised to the power K is congruent to, and 1 raised to the power anything is 1. So A power K is congruent to 1 modulo M. That means the required result is obtained. Let us move on to the converse part. Let's see what happens in the converse part of this result in this theorem. Conversely, suppose A raised to the power K is congruent to 1 modulo M. Let this be given. What we are to prove? We are to prove that H divides K. A power K is congruent to 1 modulo M, and order of A modulo M is H. That means H is the smallest positive integer such that A raised to the power H is congruent to 1 modulo M. Also A raised to the power K is congruent to 1 modulo M. That means K must be greater than H, because a positive integer smaller than H cannot satisfy this condition. So definitely, therefore K is greater than 1. So divide H by K. K by H. Divide K by H. Let Q be the remainder. Q be the quotient. Let Q be the quotient and R be the remainder. Then by divisional algorithm, therefore K can be written as HQ plus R, where 0 less than equal to R is strictly less than H. By divisional algorithm, we can write it. We are given this. So substituting value of K from here in this equation, we can write A raised to the power HQ plus R is congruent to 1 modulo M. Breaking the powers, you can write A raised to the power H is congruent, power Q into A raised to the power R is congruent to 1 modulo M. And since we are talking about modulo M, and we know that A raised to the power H is congruent to 1 modulo M, so this A power H can be replaced by 1. And 1 raised to the power anything is 1, so this can be removed. 1 into this is same. A power R is congruent to 1 modulo M, and this is a contradiction. Why? Because R is strictly less than H, and H is the smallest positive integer such that A raised to the power H is congruent to 1 modulo M. R is less than H, so A power R cannot be congruent to 1 modulo M. This is a contradiction. That means this is not possible. This is possible if and only if R is 0. So this means R is 0. And if R is 0, from here you get K is equal to HQ, and this implies H divides K. What is the required result to be proved? So this is the theorem which we have proved, the direct part as well as the converse of this theorem. Let us see another you can say corollary of this theorem, a very easy result. If order of A modulo M is H, then H divides phi. This is given by Fermat theorem. We know that A raised to the power phi m is congruent to 1 modulo m. Right, in the previous theorem we have proved that if this is given and A power k is congruent to 1 modulo m, then H divides k. Here phi m plays the role of k. By the previous theorem, directly we can say that this means H divides phi m. Using the previous theorem, it is directly obtained. So this is a corollary of the previous theorem, and now we will move on to another theorem. Let us see what the next theorem says. If order of A modulo m is H, then order of A raised to the power k modulo m is H divided by GCD of H and k. This we have to prove. So this is given to us and this we require to prove. So let us start the proof, which is very easy. Let GCD of H and k be D. Let GCD of H and k be D, and order of A raised to the power k modulo m be alpha. This we have taken as alpha, this we have taken as D. That means what to prove now? To prove now that alpha is equal to H by D. Alpha is equal to H by D. That is now required to be proved. Given from here we have taken order of A power k modulo m as alpha. That means alpha is the smallest positive integer such that A raised to the power k power alpha is congruent to 1 modulo m. Multiplying the powers, A raised to the power k alpha is congruent to 1 modulo m. And now we will use the result of the previous theorem that we just have proved. Order of A modulo m is H, and A raised to the power k alpha is congruent to 1 modulo m. Using the result of the previous theorem, we can say H divides k alpha. If H divides k alpha, then H by D divides k alpha by D. This k alpha by D, I can write k by D alpha. K by D alpha. Now look at what is GCD of H and K. GCD of H and K is D. We have supposed. So that means GCD of H by D and K by D is 1. H by D divides K by D alpha, but GCD of H by D and K by D is 1. So that means H by D divides alpha. So this means H by D divides alpha. Keeping this result here, we'll prove the other way. We will also prove that alpha also divides H by D. So we'll restart keeping this result here. Now order of A modulo m is H. That means H is the smallest positive integer such that A raised to the power H is congruent to 1 modulo m. Raise both sides to the power k by d. A power h power k by d. 1 raised to the power anything will remain same. Now a raised to the power h power k by d can also be written as a power k power h by d. A power k power, just I have replaced because they are multiplication, there is a multiplication, so it can be commute. Now a power k power something is congruent to 1 modulo m, and order of a power k we have supposed as alpha. So that means once again using the previous result we can say that alpha divides h by d. H by d divides alpha, alpha divides h by d, both are positive, this means they are same. Alpha is equal to h by d, or you can say order of a raised to the power k modulo m is h divided by GCD of h and k. So this result is also being proved. With the proof of this result, I am going to leave this video here. In the next video we will have more concepts, more theorems on primitive roots and indices. Till then, thank you once again.